And group 1 in the middle, you guys can begin.
Alright, I'll start then.
Okay.
Okay, you start.
Is the savage worse than the epsilon? He said that the savage is worse than an epsilon.
I say yes, because savages are like not even part of their caste. They're no longer included in their civilization, in their perfect world. They're outside of that.
And what role do they play in society? Even though they're not part of it, what role do they play in the Brave New World? As anyone?
As an example, not Howard and Nazi. They're like
Yeah, relatives.
on page 96, where he talks about his experience with the savages. It lets us know that they're like sort of like a zoo. They go visit them. They get permits to actually go visit them. They're not actually like allowed without permission. So you guys have any other questions?
What's like the main purpose of like solitary service? Like, what, is there a bigger meaning or is it just that?
Well, maybe we'll back that up. Alright, then can someone well go right here, go to page 91, and I got a quote from what Bernard said, going from right at the top. It says when Lena was crying, we knew that Bernard confessed to her that Bernard didn't want to be part of the social body, and then Bernard answered that he knew that even epsilons were useful, but he wished that he wasn't. Why do you think he didn't want to be useful in this part of society?
Can you clarify that?
Like, he says that, I wish, let me read it better. When Nadine was crying, it's horrible, she kept repeating. And how can you talk like that about not wanting to be a part of the social body? After all, everyone works for everyone else. We can't do without anyone, even epsilons. Yes, I know, said Bernard derisively. Even epsilons are useful. So am I. And I damn well wish I weren't. And Lenina was shocked to reply his last with Bernard. She protested in the voice of a Mason stress, how can you? And then it continues on saying, oh, how can I? And then starts mentioning about the problem. But like, what do you think could be going on in Bernard's mind when he's saying this? We know that he feels different from everyone else, too, like he's taller than your average Delta, and he feels basically like not part of society. We know that he contributes to that part, but why doesn't he want to be now a part of society?
Well, I think that it clarifies in page 91 and on page 94 when it says, yes, everybody's happy nowadays. And we begin giving the children at 5, meaning that he's realizing what they're doing, the conditioning that's taking place. He's learning about it, he's putting it together. And also right here on page 94. So like, I know you don't, and that's why we went through that together yesterday, like infants, instead of being adults and leaving. Meaning that they're conditioned to work that way, but he's starting to think otherwise. He doesn't feel part of it, so why should he work for it? I have a question. What might have happened differently if Lenina took Bernard seriously?
Like seriously about what?
About his way and thinking that he did not belong in society, he did not be part of society.
If we remember from the beginning of, the first chapter of Brave New World, we're able to remember how, we know how people are conditioned, and depending on how much oxygen they have, that's how intellectual they are. And according to using this evidence, we know that, I believe she's a beta minus, right? And then has a beta minus. I forgot where it mentions in the book, but probably the reason why I don't think she'd be able to exactly comprehend, because she even starts mentioning she doesn't even comprehend. Let's see if I can find it. I know it was on chapter 6 when she starts mentioning she doesn't understand what he was saying. And as one can see, she was trying to understand what he was trying to say, but she just couldn't figure it out. It's on page 89, and you can see that right in the last let me see kind of like in the last paragraph, it says, a gram in time saves 9, says Lenina, producing a bright treasure of sleep-taught wisdom. Bernard pushed away the proffered glass impatiently. Now don't lose your temper, she said. Remember 1 cubic centimeter cures 10 million sentiments. Like she was trying to get Bernard to calm down so that she's able to analyze what's wrong with him. And we can see that Bernard is like, he responds well for to say be quiet, and it says that she's continuing to figure it out. Probably to around here where I can be able to find out what she doesn't understand. Page 92. It says, in the beginning, it says, I don't understand anything, she said with decision, determined to preserve her incomprehensive intact. Nothing, least of all. She continued in another tone. Why don't you take some Solomon when you have these dreadful ideas of yours? You forget all of them, and instead of feeling miserable, you be jolly, so jolly. So we know that they're conditioned to take this, and be better. So that's the word, what I'm trying to get at. They're conditioned to react a certain way when something happens. So I don't think she'd be able to comprehend, although she was trying to, kind of you could say that she was trying to follow not to think for others in that sense, but not in, she doesn't have like, I can say the qualifications to be able to truly understand Bernard. Did I confuse anyone? Alright, so in other words,
She's not mentally capable of understanding what he's trying to say.
in other words, yes.
Amen. What is the relationship between Bernal and I'm not sure Lenin? What is the relationship between Bernal and her?
Just say Lenina. Or Lenina, what do you want to call it?
This relationship between Bernard and Benjamin.
Are they like allowed to have any relationship between each other? Not like that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, on page 44, you can see how they start to get to know each other. Page 44. It's right there. Starts mentioning how Henry was talking to assistant coordinators, and how they started mentioning Lenina Crown, and then he started saying, oh, like he's a Spanish girl, wonderful nomadic, surprised you haven't had her, and then the next paragraph starts mentioning, well, Lenina started saying, to tell the truth, I'm beginning to get just a tiny bit bored with nothing but Henry every day. She pulled on her left stocking. Do you know Bernard Marx? That's when they started, what's it called? I think started to get to know each other, and on and through the rest of the pages, you're able to see how they started to talk and stuff. So that's how. Is that what you're asking? Like, are you asking how they met, or what? Like, are they friends?
Like, yeah, like the connection.
Like, if they're friends in that case, or maybe.
Like kind of like the history.
The history. Oh.
I personally think that there's no connection between them, since they both think differently. She was conditioned, well, they were, the only relationship between them could be that they were conditioned in the same way. But I mean, the thoughts that Bernard has been getting lately, yeah, they're not the same. And the only relationship that I could figure out was that we're conditioned. That's the only relationship that they both have, the connection.
Thank you, Gio.
Who was the one that Bernard was talking to about questioning society? Hempel, right? I think that's the only relationship that he has as a really good friend, because we remember that in the beginning, I think the best we can have, the best relationship is a friend. We start mentioning about that.
Or wasn't there like another one that like another like group or it could be the same the alpha that also thought the way Bernard thought? Like in the beginning of the like the first like chapter, Didn't it say Bernard wasn't the only one thinking the same thoughts?
Do you remember where it said that?
Do you have any final comment or anything to kind of say on the subject?